Welcome, race fans. Welcome to Last Man Standing Motorsports. This is the grandpaskitchen.com Tuesday night road racing series. We've got a lot of action. This is the season opener tonight as we get going here. We have a new series this year. This is our first race of season 4. We've been doing some preliminary races over the last couple months with this setup. We are using the GTE cars as we normally do on Tuesday night, but we have added, as you can see on the screen, a little twist where there are some Indy cars out there. The Indy cars will be in their own class. These are the IR18 IRL Indy cars from Indy Racing League or IndyCar. I'm not sure what they call it now. NTT IndyCar Series is the official verbiage from it. We've got about 14, 15 drivers on track tonight so far. 13 drivers so far. There's 5 in the IndyCar class, and the rest are down in the GTE class. As we're following Sean around right now. This is our practice session. We've still got about 18, 19 minutes left in the practice session. Wanted to get the stream up and running so everybody could see what's going on. We have this is a new series for us for season 4, new add-on with those Indy cars. We'll see how this goes. We have been practicing for a while. It seems to work out pretty well, but we haven't had this many drivers on the track. So we have the Corvettes, we have the Porsches, the BMWs, Ferraris, all out there on the GTE side of things. And then the Dallara IR18 is the IndyCar. No points as of yet. New season, new start. Philip Scott was the previous champion so far in practice. Brandon Dooley's got the quickest lap by about 0.2 of a second. Philip Scott is right behind him. Paul Bilson is in the 3rd spot, just about a second back, and then I'm about almost 2 seconds back off of their time. Second, 1.7, I believe it is. David's also out there in the number 69 black Judge Dredd mobile. You'll see that around the track. Let's go take a peek. Oh, he's in the pits. Thought he was out there. He's lit up. He must be in the car getting ready to go. Not quite yet. So we have Tim Allman out in front in the practice session by about 0.3 of a second over Marco Garcia. Those guys are both in the GTE class. Michael Mooney just a little bit behind them. Brett Elder, Julian Lockwood, Sean Williams, Paul Allen, Ben Mashburn out in the GTE cars. Should be a really good bunch there. There's a lot of close times there between 3rd and 6th, right together. Let's see how Ben does when he gets out on track. Usually pretty competitive. It looks like Paul's taking a quick break. Paul Bilson taking a break before we start. We got about, like I said, about 15 more minutes. We'll let you sit in here for a bit. I'm going to jump up here into the booth when I get down to my car. Won't be a lot of commentating as the Grandpa's Kitchen group requested not to have the open lobby in the chat. So it'll just be me up here unless somebody else wants to join me. I will be in the car as well driving tonight, so it might not be a lot of noise, but you'll get to see a lot of the action. The iRacing server is going to pick the most exciting drivers tonight, and it'll follow them, so it could jump around a little bit on you. You'll have to watch that. You can tell by I got some tools here on the screen to help you out. Top right corner is your standings. The orange, whatever's highlighted in orange. As you can see now, Tim Allman is highlighted. Now Michael Mooney is highlighted. As it switches back and forth, you can see what car it is focusing on. If it switches classes, you'll notice the class list of whatever class it's looking at will be the larger class on the chart. So if it switched over to an IndyCar, it would, like I can do that actually. I can show you what it looks like. We switch over to IndyCar and you can see more cars in the IndyCar class because that's what you're looking at. Switches back over to a GTE car, then at that point you see more GTE cars. So you'll know what class you're looking at as the camera switches around. We leave it on most exciting. It should give you most of the passes and most of the action. The leader isn't always where the most action is, but tonight they're pretty close between Tim, Marco, Brandon, and Philip. Should be a pretty good run. Now on the bottom of the right-hand side, you'll see that's what's called the relative screen. The relative screen will tell you that car in position relative to the other cars on the track. So Tim Allman, who's highlighted on right now, once again, orange, tells you what car it is. Michael Mooney's in front of him by 1/10 of a second. So you can see that on the screen. Now it's on Mooney, and then Tim Allman's behind him by 0.4 seconds. So you can kind of tell where that is. When the cars are grayed out, like Judge Dredd, Brad Elder, Marco Garcia, you'll see those guys are in the pit lane, and they'll pass them, and they'll drop down below them, and then they'll disappear off the charts. So when your car is gray, when your name is gray, you're not on the track, and that's how you can tell that. So paint job should be up to date. We've got. We'll make sure we run that app once more, make sure everything gets caught up. But that's kind of how everything works. There's a couple other things you can watch on the screen here that I put up there for you, as long as your screen's big enough to see them. Top right, up at the top of the left-hand side of the screen, there's a P right there, and it has a time. That is the current session we're in. Right now we're in P, practice. It's a 1 hour and 30 minute, or 1 hour 30 minute session. So you can see on the right-hand side of the slash, it says 1:30. 1:15 is on the left-hand side. That tells you how much time we are in on the hour and 30 minutes. So we've got about 14 minutes left, being that it's at 1 hour and 16 minutes now. On the right of that, there is a rolling screen giving you multiple information. It tells you the last lap they ran, the quickest time they have run, the gap between them and the leader, and that'll stay during the race. You'll see that right there, the gap between their time and the leader's time. In the race, it'll be the gap between them and the leader physically. And then it'll show an up-down arrow, so it'll give you positions changed as the fourth item on that scrolling list during the race. And that'll scroll through during the whole race. On the bottom, in the relative screen, there's a few other things. There's the time on the track. Like right now, it's 7:02 a.m. right in the top center of that screen. There is a timer. 1:55.6. I believe that's the best lap time or the last lap time. It's one of the lap times for those drivers that they completed. It's probably the last lap time. On the top left is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the track temperature. So it's a little cool on the track. It is overcast here, as you can tell by the views. At Nürburgring. We are at Nürburgring. We're at the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. This is called Grand Prix Streck. That's what they call it. On the bottom, it gives you that same timer on the relative screen. Bottom left shows you the same timer that's up on the top left, and it says practice and gives you your times, and then it tells you how many laps we're running and what lap we're on. So if you were to race the entire practice session, you'd have time for 44 laps, and Paul, who we're looking at right now, is on lap 6. That information is also, since it's hard to find in the bottom, it's also right in the middle center of the screen with a red bar over the top of it. That is your lap count. So as you switch to the different cars, you can see some cars have raced more laps during practice than others. Top left gives you your track map. A couple things to note out here on all of these screens during a race. It's a little bit different. Right now, everybody's names are white unless you're looking at them, and then they're yellow or orange. During the race, whoever you're looking at will be orange, and the drivers on the same lap that they are on will be white. If the drivers are a lap ahead or right behind them about to lap them, those drivers will turn red. So those are the drivers that are in front, are the red drivers. If relative to the driver you're looking at, the cars are behind them by more than a lap, those cars will turn blue. Those drivers' names will turn blue. So you'll see it different on the track while you're racing, and that's good for both the standings page on the top and the relative screen on the bottom. You'll see a little bit of that on the race over on the map, but the map, because it's multi-class, will not be able to really differentiate that as well. You'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. Because right now, blues are GTEs and oranges are IndyCars, so a little hard to tell. The one that you are looking at, however, on your map, on your track map, is going to be the big white number on the map, giving you an idea of where they are on the screen, as we can watch Paul dive into the hairpin here. It's a hair behind by the looks of it, but it's pretty accurate to tell you where they're at on the track. So I'm going to run downstairs, get in my car, do a few more laps. We've still got about 10 minutes left in our practice session. Then we're off to qualifying. Appreciate everybody being here on the stream, watching our race tonight. We will get back to you here and have some qualifying action and then some race action real soon. Thanks again for watching. This is Ron with Big Wizard TV. Our sponsor for Last Man Standing Motorsports as a whole is Stair Fittings Incorporated. Big shout out to them. They are the ones that keep these streams alive, and they do all of the heavy lifting to get us all the broadcast information, computers, streaming software, all the the tracks and cars needed, all that good stuff to make all this happen. So big thanks out to Stair Fittings Incorporated, stairfittings.com, for all of your fine woodworking, stair parts, and more. Also sponsor of the GTE series is Grandpa's Kitchen. Grandpa'sKitchen.com is where you can find all of your gluten-free needs. Lots of kits, powders, a lot of little pre-made setups, so you can do brownies, breads, flour, anything you're looking for gluten-free needs. Really great company, great family running that. Good friends of mine, so thanks for those guys for being on board with us. And let's get on to some racing here. A few more minutes to qualifying, and then we'll be off and running. We'll see you downstairs out of my other car, out of my other headset.
Hey everybody, welcome to Last Man Standing Motorsports. Want a big shout out to all of our drivers. Thanks for joining us tonight. Race 1, Season 4. Reigning champion Philip Scott. Let's see if we can make him work for it a little bit this year. Thanks everybody for being here. Just a couple words before we get started, everybody already knows this stuff. Race clean, race hard. As the Indy cars come up on you, please hold on your line. If you're in a GTE car, just drive your line. Don't worry about the Indy car. It's the faster car's responsibility to get around, so just keep doing what you're doing, and the Indy car will find a way around, and Indy car drivers, you cannot bump them out of the way. As you well know, your open-wheel car will not fare well against a GTE machine, beast, block of metal, whatever you want to call it. So it'll be fun anyway. But I appreciate everybody being here. Just a couple quick reminders before we get rolling onto the season. Everybody is required to be somewhere in Discord in one of the voice channels. If you want your own voice channel, just give me a heads up, or Mooney or David or somebody will get you your own voice channel. But let's all have some fun. Racing hard is always part of the game, but intentional racing and wrecking is not. So let's avoid that. If you do pile into somebody going into a corner, whether accidental or you better not be intentional, but accidentally pop somebody off a corner, we ask that if you're at fault, do a drive-through. If it's close racing and you're battling back and forth lap after lap, if somebody spins, that's just racing. But if you come up on somebody and you pop them out of the way, that's an incident and you need to do a drive-through. Just drive through speed all the way through. Don't stop and get a fast repair. Just go through the pit lane. That's the penalty. Should be a lot of fun. We got about over a dozen cars out here, so it should be a lot of fun on this one. Again, thanks everybody. If you have any questions, let me know.
All right, here we go. Qualifying has begun. We're rolling out on the track. Got a few cars out there, as you can see. Looks like I'm going to have to get by some of these slower GTE cars on my outlap. But thanks everybody again for coming out for the race. This should be quite an interesting one. Hopefully the differences in speeds don't affect anything as we're racing around. You'll notice that the Indy cars are quite a bit quicker. I am up here in the booth, just me, so I have a little bit of commentary as we start getting lap times. But I can't see everything all at once from here because I am in my car going through Schumacher corners right now. Schumacher S's. But I do have quite a bit of information on the screen, so hopefully be able to keep you informed. And you guys also have standings, relative screens, and you'll be following the close, tight action on the stream as it goes around the track. Hopefully it's a good, high-quality event for you. With the setup we have, you'll notice there's no replays, so you'll have to rewind it afterwards or back it up if it'll let you do that, so you can see if something happened. If something happens off camera, you will not be able to see that, unfortunately. You should be able to hear whatever comes across the race server. So hopefully we won't have any issues with language across the race server. But should be a fun race. Season opener, everybody's excited to be here and get this underway. We got a few guys missing tonight. Kyle couldn't make it tonight. We got Chris Springer, who's supposed to be in the IndyCars tonight, wasn't able to be here. And then Chris Darling joining our group probably next week. Hopefully we'll have him on track with us. We had Ben Mashburn out here for a lap or two at practice, but I don't know if he jumped back in or not. Haven't seen him yet. Looks like Phillips got the quick lap off the start. The 141.7. Trying to get the tires warmed up here in the Indy cars. On the GTE side of things, Sean Williams has got the quickest lap at the moment. Marco right behind him. Only a few drivers have actually got clean laps, so first time around may not have worked as well for some people as it did for others. Any incidents, of course, nullifies your qualifying lap, so you have to run clean during qualifying. Any incident, meaning off track or contact of any kind, will give you an incident point and eliminate your lap time. If you're new to iRacing,
and watching iRacing. A big welcome to you. iRacing is one of the largest simulator games, I guess you could call it, in the world. They do lots of different races hosted themselves. And then they allow groups to go out and set up their own leagues and set up their own stuff. Like we do at Last Man Standing Motorsports. That's all done from the league. The sponsors help us out with the finances to rent the server time, and then we put the races together, set up the schedules, try to attract drivers to our league, and keep the action solid and fun. Last Man Standing Motorsports does quite a few races. There's something going on almost every night. Tonight is our GTE night. Tomorrow is Dirt Night, where we're racing our season finale tomorrow night for the Sprint 360s. The Thursday night is our track day series. Wednesday and Thursdays actually change vehicles in between seasons, and they're short seasons. They're only about 12, 15 races each for each season. The Thursday night right now, we're finishing up the Radicals. Season finale for them also this Thursday. So on Wednesday nights, we're going to go to Stadium Trucks for a short 6-race series in the Stadium Trucks to see how that works. And then with the Thursday night series, we're going to the IRX or Rallycross racing. Should be a lot of fun. And that'll be, I believe, a 10-race season. Friday nights, we just started our qualifying, pre-race recruitment races. Maybe they're going to be recruitment, maybe they'll just be closed. But that's what we're doing. On Friday nights, we'll be doing Formula One. Still deciding how that's going to work out. New for us, doing Formula One. We've done lots of road, but never Formula One. We've done IndyCar. Just IndyCar. GTEs are very popular, so we mixed it in this time. So after a few laps, we've got some differentiation here. Brandon Dooley's up on top by 0.6 of a second. Then I'm 2 seconds back. Paul Bilson, 0.8 behind me. Marco Garcia has managed to get out in the front on the GTE side, as you can see on the bottom of the chart. Tim Allman in second spot. Sean Williams is a couple seconds back from those guys once they got their laps locked in. I think the battle down there is going to be between Marco and Tim. And the battle up here is going to be between Brandon and Philip and probably Paul. Check my pit speed. Go in here and not get fuel. Not get fuel. I want tires. How do I get tires? Where's my little dude with the lollipop? There he is. Let's see if I have time for this. No, probably not. No, we're out of time. It was a good idea, though. And the session's over. So, unlike the Formula One guys, my crew chief, which tonight is me, didn't get it set up quick enough to do a second stint with another set of tires. So,
All right. Well, Brandon's got the provisional pole. Let's see if Philip can get by him here. Philip is on a hot lap. He does have a chance as he comes through Stein Curve here and down the backstretch to the chicane. The Marco has the front spot right now. He is number 91. Here comes Tim coming across the line. And does not improve. 54.8 for Tim on his last lap. Does not improve. He'll be starting in the second position. Number 30, which I don't know who that is. He pulled in the pits. And 99, number 30 is Brett Elder. 99, Philip Scott, who also did improve, but not enough. Gets a 141.2. And that is it. One more minute in this qualifying session, but the session is over. Sean is going around, but this lap will not count for Sean. So, all right. We can watch him go around, but it's not going to help him because he did not get across the line before the checkered. So if you can cross the line prior to the checkered flag, you get a chance to count that lap. His quickest time so far is a 156.7. Now you can see that it shows the fastest lap, 156.7, and his last lap, 157.6. So I don't believe he made it across the start-finish line before the timer ran out. But if he did, he will get this lap to count. And he did get that lap to count, 158.6. Still slower than his fastest of 156.7. So Brandon and Philip on the front row. Myself and Paul Bilson will be on the second row. David will either start from the pits or start on the third row. Marco and Tim will probably back off just a little bit off the start to let everybody have a little room. We are going to grid up here and take off. This should be a rolling start, unlike our GT3 races on Sunday and our Formula Ones, which have standing starts. And here we go. Yep, this is a rolling start. We're starting back on the backstretch. Probably put a little space. It's not going to matter a whole lot, but Marco, if you could back off just a hair at the start, and keep your group together for the GTE class. And everybody knows Brandon, Philip up front go on green. And then if we do have restarts, the driver gets to pick when they go after the pace car goes in. Hopefully no full course yellows today. Let's keep it clean out there, guys. Looks like all the drivers in the IndyCar group are all running the soft alternate tire. You can note that by the red sidewall on the tire, which you can see as they're all sitting there lined up together. 4 of them have the red Firestone Firehawk sidewalls. The regular tire or primary tire for this car is black. Looks like we're going to be going about 35 laps here in the top class tonight. If we can all stay together and stay on track, should be a nice race. And away we go. I see you got 3 kills on that Air Force car there, Bilson.
Green flag, green flag.
Indy cars are underway. 4 cars in a row so far. And it looks like the GTE cars are also underway. Right together, the first two, 0.3 of a second apart. As the Indy cars gingerly drive around the first lap to get the tires warmed up. Brandon Dooley's out front. Paul Bilson had a good jump off the line. Got in between Brandon and Phillip there off the jump. Tim Allman also got a great jump and is out in front of Marco by just about 0.4 of a second. I don't see Judge Dredd out on the track yet, so not sure if David made it out of the pit lane. Oh, and one of the Indy cars is in the wall. That's Bilson on the first turn of lap 2. Hopefully he didn't hit anything and he'll be playing catch up. If he has any damage to the wing or suspension, it'll slow him down. He'll have to go in for the one fast repair that we have tonight. Now, if you're also, again, new to iRacing, fast repairs are this magic little button you can push and fix your car when you're in the pits. 2 problems with that. 1, you have to get the car to the pits. And 2, you have to pit. So it takes away time from your lap, from your race, to come in unscheduled on a pit stop. The Indy cars, however, will have to pit a couple times during the race because of the fuel load. The GT cars will probably have to pit at least once. Not sure if it'll be more than once. That's going to depend on the fuel management and strategy of the driver. I'm hoping Bilson didn't wreck his car because he's catching me, and that would mean if he did and he's catching me, I'm going really slow. Tim Allman's still out front on the GTE side. Marco's still right there, 0.4 back. We got Sean in 3rd spot. He's about 4 seconds off of the leaders at the moment.
Brandon stretched his lead out to 1.5 seconds over Phillip on the IndyCar class and the overall tonight. And Tim has made a move on Marco. He's 1.8 up. Some good racing here for the third spot in the IndyCar for a minute, at least a lap or two. Had a little bobble and Paul got around and I was trying to catch back up with him, but another little bobble and he goes running off. So imagine that. So just ride my race, see if I can catch him. GTE is still in the same order.
Tim, 0.3 now behind Marco. Marco obviously has found his groove and caught back up. Seeing if he can find a way around the leader. Sean Williams still there in third spot. As the IndyCars have now caught the back of the field and are passing the GTE cars. Ooh, nice move by Bilson going around Paul Allen. Picks up about a second as he had a little bobble going up through Schumacher. And has now caught me. I had to slow down at the beginning of Schumacher to get by Paul Allen. And he is now 3/10 behind and right on my tail. Also, some good action just in front of us. Julian Lockwood and Michael Mooney battling for position. As Paul tries the nosedive drop into turn one and it fails. He is now 4 seconds back, falling back a little bit from that recovery. I'm sure I'll see him again before too long. We'll see how quickly Paul can catch me as... Dude!
Looks like Paul got through the traffic quite a bit better than I did. He caught up his 3.5 seconds in no time. Sorry, Paul.
Sorry, Paul.
No, that was completely my bad, dude. Missed the breaking point.
It's all good.
It's all good.
I thought I slid in a little too deep. We're coming up on the leaders of the GT class. Not sure what the race is watching, but the GT class is only off by about a half a second, first to second. Right now, Brandon is out front. If I had any push to pass left, I'd use it. I used it all trying to catch you earlier. As the IndyCars start to come in, Paul and I are in. Not sure why the leaders didn't have to come in yet, but they are not in last lap on lap 11. But third and fourth are in on lap 11. And I can see already that my not taking tires was a mistake. Didn't save me any time. And it is definitely going to cause some issues. Ooh, as Bilson goes around and hits the wall. After the pit stops, Brandon still out front overall. The 3.8 second lead over Philip Scott. 41 seconds to second place. Or third place. That'd be me. And Bilson's back there behind me, trying to get around some GT cars. Tim Allman's still out front, but only by 0.2 seconds. Marco is making it tough, keeping him honest up back there. Starting to fall off on the tires here pretty bad, so gonna have to make a little strategy coming around this second pit stop. Looks like a 3-stop strategy for fuel. Bilson is going to catch up on that 12-second deficit with him on fresher tires and me sitting here struggling on these old things and forgot that I could change them in the same amount of time I got fuel. So now I got to fight this off. We'll see how it goes. Should be okay. Quite the battle there in GT. Hopefully you guys are able to watch some of that as it's going around. Being the most exciting on track should be Tim Allman and Marco Garcia going at it, nose to tail, lap after lap. Marco trying to find a way around and not being able to. We're coming up on him now. Maybe we'll get a little sponsorship time for our Buffalo slot machine. Not sure if Marco's just biding his time, holding on to those tires. GTE cars can go quite a bit farther on fuel, so they haven't had to stop yet.
Well, that put a little gap as P3 and P4 overall went past leader in second place in GTE. Paul's catching me like crazy because my tires are completely worn out. That's okay. Pull in for a pit stop here. Take a little early strategy. Throw him off his game just a hair. Hopefully. Maybe not. Get some go-go juice and come around again. Looks like Paul Allen is here in the pit lane, as well as Judge Dredd. I can see his blue car. See if we can get some fresh rubber on this thing. And a full load of fuel. Give a minute to
Bit a
these
little
fire
early there,
hots.
Ron.
Maybe. No, I didn't change tires on that first pit stop, and it was killing me.
Oh, I was wondering why I was catching you so fast.
Yeah, the fronts were down to 41%.
Oh, wow.
Some people say I'm an overdriver.
Some people call me the Space Cowboy.
Thank you, Paul.
Some people call me Maurice.
They're not supposed to bounce up in the air like that, Paul. And GT has changed. Maybe pit stops? Yeah, pit stops. Looks like Tim went in a little early.
We are past halfway. Marco's in now. We'll see how it falls out as they come out of the pits, see if they're together. I have the leader behind me already. And since they are in a fairly tight battle, I'm not going to hold him up. Depending on when he pit, my tires might be better than his. But they are only 1.7 seconds apart. So as they catch me, I'm going to let them go. Let them race.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, you got to win it on your own. I'm not helping. Didn't want to get in the way of the battle.
Get the courtesy pick maneuvers like you guys do.
There's no other old guy racing guys in the Indy cars. I'd try it. Philip's not old enough. As the IndyCar leaders go by, another one of the GTE cars. That is Michael Mooney in that dark blue Porsche. And now they're catching up with Julian Lockwood in turn 6. Nope, turn 8. Depends on if you have the arena section or not. And since we do, that is turn 8. And that's Julian in P4 for the GTEs. Looks like Marco did manage to stay out in front after that pit stop exchange. Did the old overcut, went into the pits a lap later, and with the clean track was able to get in front. A little bit quicker speed, and Tim Allman is now in second spot.
Thanks, man.
So the Indy cars are still 1.5 seconds apart up there in the front. GT cars 2.2 seconds apart. We got Marco, then Tim, then Sean, Julian, and Mooney are top 5. IndyCar, Brandon, Phillip, Paul, myself. That'd be Paul Bilson. Paul Allen is in the GTE class tonight. Everybody has a few weeks. Everybody's going to have 4 weeks to pick what they want to do. If you like the competition in the group you're in, stay in the group you're in. If you want different competition, then change to the other group. But after week 4, game on. Got to stay where you're at. As long as you're going for the championship, after week 4, you are set in the class you are in. If you do pick a GTE car, you can't change the type of car it is after race number 5. Indy cars are running lap 24 for the leaders. Planning on having 33 or 34, depending on pit stops and when they cross the line. So everyone should have to make one more stop in the Indy car. The GT cars are probably set on fuel. Man. Thank you, Paul. Ooh, and Paul Bilson has made his final stop and is behind me again. But not by much. And he'll be good to go on fuel to the end, and I will not. I'm still going to need about 9 gallons of gas. He might have to stop again. It was close on the calculator. Coming up on Tim Allman in second place. He is now 4.7 seconds back from the leader, Marco Garcia.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, Paul Bilson has dropped out of the race. Sorry to see that. My competition for third place. So the gap up in the front is closing up. Phillip has moved up within 0.8 of a second on Brandon. Just under a second there for this last few laps. I think they've got about 7 to go. Looks like they've made their final stop. They just did that.
You hear me now?
We're going to get the go-go juice on my final stop. I did get back on the lead lap, but I'm guessing this will put me back down another lap to them. I can see him going by now, so yes, it did indeed. We're going to go ahead and get more rubber, not make that mistake again. My 3-stop strategy didn't work. I was using way too much fuel in the beginning of the race anyway. But we're a lot of fun out here tonight in the IndyCar. Hopefully this is fun for you guys to watch. I wish I could be more vocal on what's going on. I'm kind of back here in the back. I can talk all I want, but I don't know where everybody's at. I can tell you that Brandon and Phillip are now still within a second of each other. And they are on lap 28 of 34. So 6 laps to go for them. Marco stretched out his lead to 5 seconds over Tim Allman, who's solidly in second place. Julian Lockwood has taken over the 3rd spot. Sean either has had an issue or pit strategies have played a role in that decision. Still showing all of the 7 drivers from GTE still on track. So Julian may have just caught him and got around him. When I get close to them on the track, I should be able to give you more info. Everybody's still out here except for Paul Bilson, who has dropped out of the race, presumably after an incident around lap 26. Catching back up to the leaders here in GTE. I'm guessing the camera shots are going to be on the front pack, being that they are only 1 second apart out here. Brett is in 6th. That means Mooney and Sean are 4th and 5th. We'll have to see where they're at. So Marco 5.4 is the lead. Back to the gap, back to second place. Tim Allman in the GTEs. Julian Lockwood is almost a minute back. So those guys are really flying out there. Marco's having a great run tonight. Brandon Dooley and Philip Scott are still in the same spot. So 0.8 seconds away. And Judge Dredd has dropped out as well from the IndyCar set. That's our league owner, David Visser. Thanks to David for getting Last Man Standing Motorsports up and going. Mooney and I are the admins that work with him. Having a lot of fun. Oh, and David's back. Maybe he just had a little disconnect, had to reset something.
Come up the inside on this corner there, right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry if there's an echo tonight when I hit on the actual race radio. I didn't put my push to pass on my regular race radio, so my Discord radio. So I'm talking, and when I hit the button, I'm talking in both servers at the same time. So I apologize for that. Hopefully it's not too much of a lag and a delay on that. But it usually echoes when people do that, so I'm assuming it's echoing. Should be only 3 laps to go for those leaders. And there's the tail of the tape. Mooney in 5th, Sean in 4th. About 10 seconds separate 4th and 5th there with just a few laps to go. We'll see if Mooney can close that gap on Sean. Sean's been running a really good run tonight. Not sure what he did to have Julian get by him, but Julian's still there in the 3rd spot. So Marco out front, 4.5 seconds is still the gap. Looks like Tim's gaining some ground back on him. Not going to let that go. And then our overall leaders in the IndyCars, Brandon Dooley hanging on for dear life up there. 1 second gap. I got 0.8 on my relative screen showing me that they are real close together. Making a race of it. There goes Phillip pulling up a little closer. 0.7 seconds now. Just a few laps to go. Maybe he's found a way to get a 10th or so a lap. With only a few laps to go, a slight bobble, and that is all it's going to take. It's also going to depend on who saved the push to pass. The IndyCar has a thing called push to pass, and whoever saved it the most can serve that to the end of the race to use it at the right time. Gives you a little boost. Actually, gives you quite a bit of a boost. And helps you get around your opponents. Helps a lot as you accelerate off the corners. The gap between Sean and Julian is also about 4 seconds. So the 1st and 2nd are now 6.7. Looks like Marco has found himself a little gap creator, a little speed. And then 50 seconds back to 3rd spot with Julian. Almost 60 now. But then only 4 seconds to Sean. He can see him, he just can't catch him. Should be just a couple laps to go. The gap is now a half a second up front. Phillip is trying his hardest to catch up. Usually the guy in second's the one that's got to burn his push to pass to catch up. So we'll see if Brandon has enough left at the end to stay out in front, or if he's used it all up early to stay there. But it's going to come down to the last lap, probably the last corner. See who gets the best launch off the final corner through this chicane right here. And there's the white flag. They're doing it now. Four tenths, 6 tenths. It's close. Brandon's still out front as they battle for the finish. Three-tenths of a second. It's getting tight. Coming down the last few corners. Hopefully Brandon had enough push to pass left to hold him off down that straightaway. Oh, and he pulls out in front by 0.7 as they go through the final corners. It looks like Brandon's got this. I don't think there's enough for Phillip to catch that up. Is that the checkered flag, boys?
Checkered flag.
Wow, what a run, huh? Phillip, you were really gaining those last few laps. Didn't have quite enough. Once you guys come on up the booth after your donuts and victory lap.
Oh, man.
Will do.
Marco, great job. Tim, you got to come up too. And Julian, all the top three there. Tim might not want to come up, maybe.
My back hurts.
Wow, you guys had quite the run, man.
Oh,
that was really fun to watch.
It was a slobber knocker. That was just, oh man, we were sliding everywhere. Just and dicing through traffic. I was doing crazy dive bombs to try to get by other cars. Oh man, that was insane. That was so fun. Me and Brandon were so even I think I was faster on newer tires, but then we just kind of evened out after a little while, and so like we'd just be deadlocked for like ever.
Yeah, you guys were right together there for quite a few laps, just 0.8 back.
I was right at his bumper at the final chicane, but just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, I noticed you were really, really close on that last turn, and then looks like he got away from you on the chicane.
Yeah, exit.
Yeah, he must have had a little bit more push to pass than you at that exit.
Oh, I had no push to pass left.
I burned mine up trying to chase down Bilson like on the first 10 laps.
Yeah, I
hit the button and I'm like, oh, it's gone.
I burned mine getting around lap traffic.
Yeah. Julian, what happened up there? Tim was there, Tim was not there. Did he just lose connection and drop?
Yeah,
I'm not sure what happened. I'm here.
Well, good run. You ended up in second place. I don't know what happened to Tim. I think he may have lost his connection. Hopefully he'll join us and we'll find out. Sean nailing the P3, huh?
Something happened with Tim.
And
yeah.
Tim blinked right in front of Phil and I right as we're coming up to the finish line and then just disappeared.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks. Tim, if you're out there, come on up to the booth, buddy. You'll have to hear the story. What happened? Brandon, wow, congratulations, man. That was one awesome ride right there.
Thank you. Yeah, that was intense. I'm glad I had all 5 fans going because Phil was not letting up from the drop of the flag there. And good news is I think we'll have a bunch of airtime because he was always within a half to 8/10 of a second of me. So
Yeah, that was really, really a great run. You guys
I was
put on one heck of a show. That was really
I was
fun.
just praying at the end he had ran out of his push to pass, and I had I think
Oh,
I had
that
I had 3 back straights in a row on the last 3 laps to use push to pass.
He was still catching you, even with your push to pass.
Well, he's in the draft. He's just back there hanging out, saving fuel, living the dream.
Yeah.
No, I
All
definitely
the
was
pressure
not.
was on me.
I definitely was not saving fuel.
Oh no, there's no way. If you were staying with me, I know you weren't saving fuel. So fortunately, I had shut the car off at the very front. I think we would have been close to having to stop a 4th time if we would have had another 2 minutes in this race.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I had
that was
one
a
extra
show.
lap.
Definitely a show. So good job, guys. Great race.
I don't know if
Marco.
somebody hear that?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, all I did was unplug the button and reassign it to that same button.
Oh yeah, we can hear you over the radio. Marco, wow, what a great run. You were right there behind Tim, like first half of the race. You guys played a little pit strategy. It looked like it worked out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
great
a-
job, Marco.
Barely, honestly, I barely beat him out of the pits.
Yeah, he was like right in front of you the whole. I was watching, half a second, 0.3, the first half of the race, and when you guys got done with your pit stops, you went a lap longer, so you must have had a little more clean track. Just barely squeaked out in front of him, and then you took off.
Yeah.
So good job.
I ended with 0.01 fuel as well, like over the line. So
Oh,
I didn't even.
That's
panic.
cutting it close.
I just put a random gas. I honestly was very lucky. I almost lost there because of that.
Well, something happened to him. I don't know what happened. Julian was about 60 seconds behind you guys. He locked in second spot because Tim blinked out. I think he lost connection on the server.
Yeah.
And he went back to the end of that lap. So I think he ended up 4th or 5th. I was going to hop out and see what happened. But yeah, great run. Julian really clean tonight. Nice run for you guys. And Sean picking up that 3rd podium spot. So
Yeah, I didn't have the pace of anybody around me, so I figured the only way I could do anything here was to run clean, which I did do that.
yeah, you guys know that I don't know if you managed to do it, but if you did run with 0x, which I'll find out in just a second, then you get an extra 5 points.
Yep, I did, and Julian did.
Yeah, nice. So Julian, that'll be 5 extra points. You'll actually finish in the point series ahead of Marco, unless he got a 0x.
No,
He did
I'll
not.
take it. I'll take it.
He had 2. He was very close. He had 2.
Yeah. So really cool.
Miraculously, with how much I was like running wide in the grass and everything, trying to get to Brandon, I only had 7x at the end of it.
Yeah, I think I counted 6x in my rear view mirror, so I knew you weren't running clean.
Oh yeah.
that was great.
Phil closed the door on me pretty hard when I got my first 1x, and I was like, "Well, it's over now." So
yeah, Philip was trying to get through. The finish at the end was 0.4 seconds. He was within 0.2 at one point as they came into that final chicane. But I think as the exit of the chicane, I haven't watched it yet, but it looks like Brandon had the push to pass on the exit of that last chicane and pulled out to about a 7/10 lead, and Philip caught him around that last corner, but not enough.
I did not. I was out of push to pass at that point, so
yeah, you just had the better exit.
But it was still terrible. If you watch it, I got the back end kicked out coming out of it because I was trying to get back on it.
We were both
and I saw you did the same thing, so I'm like, I should be fine. And then Tim just randomly is there and then disappears. I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna hit him when he reappears.
Oh no! Yeah,
but he did not reappear, unfortunately.
Yeah, he ended up losing a lot of spots for that. He ended up looks like 7th, 6th.
I see him as 6th.
GTE. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no fun there.
You mean I beat him?
No, you actually dropped in behind him by a couple laps.
So
I did sit in the pit for a little bit trying to figure out what was going on with my voice chat.
oh, well, you could do that after the race, but that's good that you got it figured out. Well,
Well,
everybody,
I figured
that
I
was
was
a
running
lot of
last,
fun.
and I couldn't catch anybody, so I said, well, it ain't gonna hurt me any. But obviously, it did.
Yeah, it probably ended up hurting a little bit. So,
Tim-
that's too bad for Tim. He was right there in second. He was only about 5 seconds back off of you, Marco, at the end, and blinked out and ended up dropping. He must not have counted as crossing the line.
I think
No,
he's
I don't
under
think he
something
did.
at one point.
I'll put him up a lap, but I don't know if it'll change anything.
With a couple laps to go, I noticed that Tim was. I saw in my relative that like Tim was only like 2 or 3 seconds behind Marco, and then all of a sudden he kind of like dropped to like 10. I think he must have ran wide somewhere or something.
Yeah, but he still, with the blinking, I think lost his finish.
Right.
I don't think it counted him going across the line, so we'll have to figure out. Watch some replays, see what happened, and make sure we score it accordingly. But yeah, great run, everybody.
Phil, did you see Bilson come through between 6 and 7?
Yeah.
Like right in front of me. I'm like, that'll be my luck. Here we go.
Yeah.
He went flying off a couple corners, but
yeah, he missed a couple. As
I
we were
gotta
coming
see-
up behind him, he missed the braking for 6, went straight through 6 through the grass, and then across 7 as Phil and I are coming through. So that was exciting.
I gotta see some of my my adventures in overtaking the GTEs, because just it was so fun to try to get around, because it was just like it just adds a whole other dynamic to race, just like catching and trying to battle for the win. Like you just I'm pretty sure I had one where oh yeah, okay, I gotta show a picture of this one. This one was a good one.
Did you race with us last year, Brandon?
Yep, last season.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember you being so fast.
That's what she said.
I'm assuming the broadcast is over.
Probably not.
At least
I
you
didn't say any
swear.
bad words.
Yeah.
No, Brandon is.
Yeah, I raced last season. I don't remember where I finished. I usually ran the Corvette.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he finishes towards the top because he's clean.
Yeah, I think he's considerably faster now than he was then. Of course, everybody is. I mean, everybody in our whole league is going faster. Like I said, I disappeared for 6 months, and you guys are racing and just getting faster and faster. And it is what it is. I got a lot of work to do.
That 6 months is when I got fast at road. So
yeah.
Well, and with this league, I mean, they run like 6 or 7 nights a week, so there's a lot of driving to do. So there's a lot of improvement if a guy wants to drive.
I finished 3rd in the GTE series last year. I just went back and looked.
Yeah. That was a great run. So a lot of fun tonight. Wish we had a couple more guys in the Delaras, but it looked like it worked out pretty even with the classes. I think we had 5, and then they had 7 or 8 at the start. I don't think Ben got the green flag, but
I honestly, if literally everybody except me and Brandon us go to GTE, I'd be fine with that, because like I'm totally fine with just me and Brandon just
well, that's not gonna happen.
Now, as soon as Springer shows up, I'm going to be 15 seconds off of his pace. So I'm going to bask in this one for a week, and then I'm going to go sit back down.
Yeah, but you can catch those 5 bonus points and stay right with them in 3rd.
I mean, we'll still be battling even if Springer's way out in front of us.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a good night of racing. Hope everybody enjoyed it out on the stream. You can see on the screen I got the results up there. Brandon Dooley, Philip Scott, myself in the top 3 overall. Marco Garcia, Julian Lockwood, Sean Williams are taking the top 3 spots in the GTE class. Mooney grabbing P4 there with Brett in 5th. Something happened to Tim / we don't know where he finished in 6th. Paul Allen in 2nd.
Hey, I wanted to go on record that I had less inks than Mooney did.
Well,
yeah,
it's tough. It's tough to beat Mooney on incidents. It really is. You got to work hard.
Well, the first one I followed him right up the track. I was right behind him, and he went off the edge, and I followed him.
Well, I had 10, so I beat you both. But looks like
Don't
Tim,
make me get my charts out.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was fun.
I didn't. I mean, I hit Bilson. We were side by side a couple times, and we almost wheel banged a little bit, but it didn't seem to hurt anything. So, but yeah, Bilson and I were running really close together for the first whole stint, and then I forgot to change tires, and I dropped back a bit, you might say. So,
Well, in
The
my
IndyCars change tires
defense,
pretty quick, don't they?
what's that? Yeah, they do. They do go quick. I didn't even think of it. I was thinking GT, 35 seconds. I'm like, I'm not changing tires. I come out and the tires are at 60%. Like,
Yeah.
that wasn't a good move.
Yeah, I change tires every time. It doesn't matter. It was like 7.2 seconds was a pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely alternates are the way to go because of the short. If we had 100% fuel, then it'd be the primaries. But
We may go higher fuel because of the number of stops. We're going to try to make it one stop, but even with 100% fuel on
I think even with an
race,
hour, I don't think with full fuel, I think we'll have to stop twice,
still
which is
two,
fine.
but not three.
But not almost four.
Yeah.
We were pushing it to almost have to do a fourth.
Yeah, I short stinted my second one, but only by a couple laps because I had those tires.
We didn't have that option. It was run it all the way out and fill it all the way up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, good race, everybody.
I even turned the car off on the grid, sitting there waiting because I knew Judge was going to sit there and make us wait the full minute and a half or whatever.
Thanks.
Well, that was a great race. Congrats,
go.
Brandon. Good job. We're going to go ahead and close down the stream. You guys can hang out in here and talk. I'm going to shut her down. So, but thanks again. Thanks again, everybody, for racing. It was a lot of fun. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Yeah. So this is Ron up in the booth here at the end of that one. That was our season opener, and it was a barn burner. Great race to watch. Great race to race. A lot of fun for everybody. Brandon out front of Philip by only 0.4 of a second at the line. Myself, I was a lap down, picked up third spot. Marco and Tim were battling back and forth the whole race. Something happened to Tim on that final lap. We'll have to see what happened there. Allowing Julian to pick up the second spot and Sean to take third on the podium in the GTE class. I believe a computer glitch. Hopefully it wasn't somebody lighting up the microwave. But on behalf of Last Man Standing Motorsports, sponsored by Stair Fittings Incorporated, this is the grandpaskitchen.com GTE/IndyCar Multiclass Series Tuesday night road racing with Last Man Standing Motorsports. This is Ron at Big Wizard TV saying goodnight, and we'll see you on the next one.